A year ago I was here at Stevenage FC. They were bottom of League 2 and every game was loss after loss after loss. Things couldn't get much worse and it was looking like for the first time in a decade the Borough would drop down to non-league football. But a hero emerged from the shadows. A man stepped forward who's managed some of the biggest teams in the EFL to take on the mighty task of keeping the Stevenage up. His name was Steve Evans. He joined Stevenage in mid-March and the team started picking up the points. They finished the season just outside of the relegation zone. They were safe. Evans' playing career as a striker, mainly in Scotland, was cut short at age 24 due to a knee injury. However, after retiring, he went on to manage the likes of Leeds United, Crawley Town and Peterborough United, plus, when managing at Rotherham United, he got the team promoted twice in 2 seasons. What a record. Now, of course, with Steve Evans' career being a high, top-ranking manager at this sort of League 1, League 2 level, he has had some controversies, but of course, if you're passionate about the game, sometimes your emotions can really come over you and you can sort of get in there. And it's fair to say that Steve Evans has that happen in his career a few times, but again, it's all about the passion, it's all about the emotion in football, and at this level, you need to have that. During the summer, Evans put together his perfect squad. And now, 14 games into this new season, Stevenage have reversed their fate. They sit top of League 2 and their fans are dreaming of the playoffs or maybe even winning the title. Today, the Borough will take on 3rd place Northampton Town in a crucial match-up for this race for promotion. In the last 5 times these two teams have met, Northampton Town have come out on top every single time. So they are a bit of a bogey team for Stevenage. However, the Borough are building a fortress here at the Lamex, unbeaten in all competitions so far this season at home. The away end's nearly sold out, the home end's nearly sold out. It's going to be a great game with a great atmosphere. Last time we were here, we tried the Borough Burger and it did not disappoint. For £9, we got this monster of a burger with bacon, cheese, 2 patties and chips. And luckily they haven't changed the menu and we've managed to get the same thing. It looks like it's going to really fill me up. Which is good, as of course the match is an hour and a half, but yeah, let's tuck in. It's very dense, but it's really good. Both teams were out onto the pitch, ready for today's huge game. And the game had the craziest start. In the first minute, a penalty was awarded to Northampton Town. Pair stepped up and converted home from the spot, 1-0 to the visitors. Northampton were pushing for a second and Stevenage were having to defend for their lives very early on. And then in the 27th minute there was another twist to this already amazing game. Steve Evans was sent off after 2 yellow cards from the referee. As I said, he's a very controversial figure with a lot of controversial moments, and he's just added another one to his list. despite their manager's dismissal, Stevenage were playing some of the best football they had played the entire half, and in the 35th minute, Danny Rose managed to slide the ball home to equalise the scoreline, 1-1. A wide shot signalled the end of the first 45 and it was all square, 1-1, all to play for in the second half. After a quick break, the players were back out ready to continue. Just after the restart, James Reed had a great chance to put Stevenage in front, however it was straight into the hands of the keeper. The game was starting to get really scrappy and fouls were given left, right and centre. After some nice play, in the 54th minute, James Reed has the ball in the back of the net. However, the linesman ruled it out for being offside. Although after looking at a replay, I think it's onside. Let me know what you think. The game then went a little bit flat. However, half an hour later, the final 10 minutes was absolute chaos. First up, in the 81st minute, Northampton Town got a late goal to put them ahead, Kieran Bowie scoring to make it 2-1. This didn't get to Stevenage, however, as they kept on attacking as they had been doing so. And that determination paid off. A few minutes later, a ball being swung in from a corner, headed in at the back post, and Gilby firing home to make it 2-2, salvaging the point for Stevenage.
Come on! Come on!
A flare had been set off and spirits were high with Stevenage fans. A point was enough to stay top of the league for another week. Just 1 minute after the equaliser, Northampton managed to score again. Sean McWilliams hitting home, picking up a late winner. During the celebrations, a few Northampton fans jumped onto the pitch and were rugby tackled by the stewards. Some hope was revived for Stevenage. In the 92nd minute, Danny Hilton seeing red after raising a hand on Dan Sweeney. The whole incident lasted around 2 minutes, which is great game management from Hilton. It may impact the team in the long run with him missing the next game, but in the short term, it wasted enough time to see the game out. And that was full time, a late 3-2 win for Northampton Town. After the game, I attended a disappointed Steve Evans press conference. Watched till the end to hear some hot takes on the game and refereeing decisions.
Side scrapped well. They turned it round really well after that.
Listen, I think if you're asking me my overall views in the game, they're better than us. They get the goal at the start. They're better than us for half an hour. We deserve to win it based on the next 60 odd minutes, but we've come up against it. They didn't get caught not defending properly in the last few minutes. And if you don't defend properly, you can't get punished. And we got punished today. We defended. So we've seen other teams defend here and they made a mistake and we punished them. So there'll be no big reactions from us other than go back on the training ground on Monday.
We've got to talk about it. Midway through that first half, first the yellow card, then the second yellow card, and you're ordered to the stand.
Well, first yellow card was for the manager had used a really spirited my assistant. I asked him in no uncertain terms not to speak to my staff like that, so I got a card, he did it. And then I went into the bench and I turned and I clapped to the referee and told him, he said, "Great game, well done," and that's what I went for. I'm going to ask him, but that's what I went for.
Is it really frustrating, this sort of thing?
Listen, officials all over the country are almost that way. Every manager says it every week. Different managers come out at different times. The EFL got a real problem trying to recruit managers, especially in Leagues 1 and 2. They know the game, they understand the game, understand the passion of today. The man in the middle that understood the passion. He's just not a very good referee. I've said it a couple of weeks in a row, but it's true, isn't it?
It's made your life difficult, isn't it, trying to manage that from up in the stand?
No, listen, would I rather be down there in the heat of it? Yes. I don't know what to say these days. I told the referee, well done, you had a good game. But it's me not. I wonder what he'd have said if I said something bad about him. Maybe get up twice.
Mad last 10 minutes.
Yeah, listen, we get the goal. We deserve to get the goal. You know, they've scored against another player, a deflection, they go 2-1 up. We've got the goal. It's a good, it's a scramble off the line. Alex puts it in. And then we just don't defend right. We don't defend right on the halfway line. We don't defend right when it comes into a box. We'll ask the players to learn from that. We'll re-look at it back and hopefully we'll learn from it. We'll go again. We'll take the punishment. We'll take the pain, and then we'll go again on Tuesday.
I mean, up until that last 10 minutes, there was very little between us, and that must be pleasing against a Northampton side who are, as I said last week, very good.
I just think it demonstrates how much it's important to them when they're shouting into your dressing room and singing and all that. And I just said to them, it's October. Some of them have never won a promotion. You don't shout in people's faces in October. Too many games. There's a long way to go. Nothing would have been win or lost today. Psychologically, it would have been good for us if we could have beat them. But we didn't, but we know why we didn't beat them. We're not blaming the referee for the penalty in the first minute. I think he's called it right. I'll need to look at it back. I'm disappointed in Jamie Reed's decision because I've looked at it back. It's clearly onside. And there's the deflection when they go in front is going against us a little bit. The third goal don't go against us. The third goal's criminal defending.
Does this give you a little bit of fire going into the next couple? A little bit more fire?
No, I think one thing about this group is you see that dressing room is hurting. I don't need your team talk. The Northampton players do. They did the team talk in the tunnel and went in the dressing room and singing and shouting. So they do the team talk. But you know, they're a good side. We knew they're a good side before they come. Brilliant travelling support. Nothing you're not Northampton for. Nothing at all. Other than, I just wonder when I break them down how many of them's win a promotion. I'll tell you one, none of them's won it in October.
Thank you. What is the answer to this? The problem with the referee to standard? Who's going to come along with that magic wand?
Well, I think if you speak to the boys, and the league managers do all the time, but when you speak to the heads of it, they're shaking their own heads. There's people having to come up from the league that should be coming up because they're not good enough, but they're having to bring them up. They're having to keep older referees in the positions they are because they kind of let them go because there's a severe lack of quality coming up. It's just that it's a worrying problem. It must be worrying as well if you're the Premier League looking down at some of the EFL referees who need to step up or they're asking to be stepped up and they must looking like, really, Premier League? And we're the same, but we understand that when you have the Premier League elite group and you have the Championship second elite group and we get left with what's left. And, you know, he's never been a good referee, the referee from today, so for me. So, and he made his mark with some decisions, didn't he?
Have you had problems with him before?
No, not problems. Just you know, that's a problem. You know, I go neutrally and I watch him and I shake my head. I'm not even involved in the game. I go laughing to the car, but you don't laugh when you're in it.
Yeah.
Well, we're back outside here now after one of the best, most entertaining games I've ever seen live in person. Of course, we saw 5 goals, 2 red cards, a penalty, a goal that was ruled out for offside, some fantastic scenes from both sets of fans. We saw equalisers, winners, all sorts happened in that game, and really I couldn't have asked for much more except a Stevenage win, although I'm not sure they're going to be too worried about this as I mentioned earlier on in the video, Northampton are their sort of bogey team and they still are, I believe, top at the league. They're still doing so well for the team they've got. Thank you so much to Alfie, the media man here at Stevenage FC, for arranging the whole day. We really have enjoyed our time. Nearly 5,000 people attended this one. I think it was in the 4,900s. It was a brilliant attendance, and hopefully the borough can now keep these sort of crowd numbers up. And yeah, if you are ever around the area, make sure to pop in and watch a game. It will not disappoint. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.